At the start of a researcher's turn, he or she gains 4 microseconds, and then all tiles the researcher occupies with the alpha symbol are activated. The order in which they are activated is left to right, top to bottom. For example, at the start of this researcher's turn they occupy an oxygen supply and a carbon supply. The researcher first gains 1 oxygen atom, and then 1 carbon atom. The researcher may then use microseconds to control their nanobots. A nanobot can move onto an adjacent, unoccupied tile in 1 microsecond. A nanobot can push a blocking nanobot off a tile in 2 microseconds. The nanobot cannot push other nanobots off the reactor or into other nanobots. As a last resort, a nanobot may move onto an adjacent, occupied tile, however both nanobots will be annihilated. Entropy Incorporated does not recommend this action. A nanobot may replicate using 2 microseconds and 1 carbon element. When replicating, place a new nanobot onto an adjacent, unoccupied tile. The final option for using microseconds is operating nanomachines. If a tile has a number in the corner, then that tile may be operated during the researcher's turn. The number indicates how many microseconds the action takes. For example, a researcher has a nanobot on a bonded tile. The researcher may use 1 microsecond to bond the elements they hold into a chemical compound. This researcher has 3 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms. She operates the bonded tile and places 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom back into supply and then takes a water molecule from supply. Each time a molecule is manufactured, the value of that molecule is diminished. Researchers must be fast and efficient to ensure the best yield of points. At the end of a researcher's turn, any microseconds he or she did not use are carried over to the next researcher. Once all researchers have taken their turn, the reactor may become unstable and begin to decay. One researcher will roll a 6-sided die. If the outcome is 4 or higher, then you must go to the entropy phase. During the entropy phase, each researcher removes a tile from the outer layers of the reactor. You cannot remove a tile if it is occupied unless there are no unoccupied tiles to choose from. The current round is now complete and a new round will begin. This cycle repeats until manufacturing new chemical compounds becomes an impossibility, at which point all researchers add up their scores. The molecules a researcher manufactured scores them points. However, any elements left unbonded is a penalty point. The researcher who scored the most points will be promoted to sub-senior research manager, and their nanobot design will be distributed to our factories worldwide.